Welcome. My name is David Elliott Johnson, and today's topic is going to be the illusion of AI music. Now I'm going to dive into this a little bit with a slight bit of background first. I have been a musician all my life. I've written hit songs, I've had hit records, I've toured the world. I've made music for movies, television, you name it. I have had 40 plus years of success as a creative, as a musician. There's also a music documentary on modular synthesis, which can be found on Amazon for rent. I try to find every opportunity for myself to be creative and to release that inspiration, to be creative in any way possible. Whether it's writing books or teaching a course on creative authenticity. This is something that I know very well, and I'm very passionate about creativity. So when it comes to all these conversations about AI and how it's going to dismantle the music industry, and it's tearing it down, and it's canceling the creative culture. It's all bullshit. It really is. All of this is being peddled by people that are not real creatives. When this is not your life, you don't have anything to associate it to. You don't have anything to reflect or connect to from your past that represents a moment of creative significance that fueled your life in some way and moved you forward and provided you with proof that what you're doing is valid and purposeful and fulfilling and very, very personal. And I'm not here to shit on people and creativity. I think everybody has the opportunity to find their true voice. But it seems to me that in the height of people calling me, that they're just hot topics right now. They're just push buttons for people to, it's like clickbait. Nothing is fucked here, dude. AI is not taking away every opportunity that you have as a creative, especially a musician. And this is what I want to get into right now. It's an illusion. Okay? AI is working off of everything that has been done previously. It's not creating anything new. Okay? So understand this. It's pulling from resources, patterns, ideas, concepts, phrases, predominantly mathematic equations, and bringing them all together based on somebody else's prompt. Okay? So it's not learning music. It is not copying music. It's not listening to music. It has dissected, analyzed, and compartmentalized the basic makings of music, which, as we know, is all patterns and phrases. So it's just learning this, and you've got 12 notes. How fucking hard is that to figure out? So here's illusion number one, that AI is amazing. Okay? It's not amazing. What's amazing is the fact that we're at a point in technology and in this lifetime that we can tell a computer to do something and it spits us back out something that may or may not fit 100% of our anticipated expectation. Right? So we listen to something for the first time based on whether, I've said it in another video, it's a shitty demo, and you throw it in there and AI presents you with something that sounds more like a record. It's finished, it's polished. It has assembled something to meet your need, and that's fucking amazing. And you listen to it and you're like, holy shit, am I fucking done? Am I duped? Is this it? That's the first illusion, okay? The illusion that AI is better than you. The second illusion, which actually hits me harder and really made me want to do this video, is the fact that it makes you believe that you're fucking brilliant. Or those who don't really have any success or lengthy inclusion to creativity for themselves over a course or a period of their lifetime. They've just prompted something, or they've written a song on guitar and they throw it into AI, and all of a sudden they're a genius. And now they're playing it for everybody. Look at what I've done. Listen to my song. This is my song. I told it what I wanted it to do, and I gave it an outline. A, I'm a producer. B, I'm now a fucking genius. I'm brilliant. So now I'm an artist because I prompted something. And that's the bigger illusion. It makes you think that you're fucking brilliant. And you're not. And maybe not you specifically. I'm talking about the broader reach of individuals that are responsible for a larger portion of the 7 million songs generated on Suno each day. I myself know how to write a song. I can play piano. I can play drums. I can sing. I can arrange. I can orchestrate. When I use AI, and I'm gonna say this in very plain English, I have not been more creative or this creative in about 10 years. And I have to admit, I owe it to AI on a couple different levels. One, the immediate inspiration that it provides me, where I, as a professional songwriter, can take an idea, a concept, something it's half-baked, and I can throw it into a generative platform, and it will spit me out something that's based on what I have input. It's my chords, it's my thematic phrasing or whatever, my melodies, even my voice, my lyrics. Now it's taking 100% of me and basically interpreting it with what it knows. And I've been training a server myself for 1.5 years by putting in all of my lyrics and all of my songs, all of my demos, everything, as a conscious effort to see how close it can get to representing me or helping me in my process to be more efficient, more creative. And in this endeavor, it has done exactly what I intended it to do. It inspires me, right? So I can take that inspiration and go to everything back behind me and around my studio, and I can move forward with a greater ease, with a greater sense of, this doesn't suck. And that's something that AI is really good at. Just as ChatGPTs are there to reinforce you as a brilliant individual and say, oh, David, that idea was absolutely on target. You can't miss. This is exactly what you need to do. This is how you, whatever it is, it's there to placate you and kiss your ass and shove its fucking head so far up your ass that you believe that it's this shining bit of brilliant techno light that's shining out your ears because, and eyes, wherever your ears are. And now you believe it. You believe you're a fucking business genius. You're a lawyer. You're a doctor. You can diagnose. You can do whatever you want because it's there to tell you that you're not wrong. It is there to prove you right. That's how it's designed. So if you take that same concept and apply it to music and creativity, it's doing exactly the same thing. It's basically saying, Dave, this idea doesn't suck. So even when I know an idea might not be really great, I want to know if it's worth pursuing. Can I hear outside of it? I've adopted this crazy ability to hear songs in their completed form. And when I do that, I know that it's worthy of following, of going after, moving forward with it. In my phone, I've got 640 something ideas currently. And if I can take those ideas and just throw them into my system, and it spits something out that is basically a collection of how I think, of how I sound, and helps me move it forward, I'd be stupid not to use it. Right? So this is what Suno and Udio and several other platforms, Ace Studio, this is what it's doing for a lot of musicians like myself. It's allowing us to push our inspirations forward in becoming more efficient. And it breaks down a lot of the limitations, just as we have as humans, to get shit done as quickly as we want to do it. I mean, I've spent years on demos. And anytime I sit down at the piano and I start to play and I come up with an idea and I get really inspired by it, immediately my brain goes into like kibosh mode. You know how long it's going to take you to get that done? You know how long it's going to take to get this? You're going to have to call this guy. You're going to have to do this. You're going to have to wait for this. You're going to have to write lyrics. You're still not sure about the bridge. So the brain gets in there and just fucks you with it for a minute. It just jostles you to the point where you go, I don't even know if I want to pursue this idea anymore. But now I can take that idea and I can throw it into AI and it spits something out that I can quantify. I can say, this is pretty fucking good. But there's a difference between what I'm doing and what the majority of others that are using generative AI music systems are doing. I know I'm not a genius. I know I'm not brilliant because I put an idea into Suno and it spits something out that sounds pretty competent. Sounds pretty fleshed out, pretty full. I can show it to anybody. And they go, what is that? That's pretty good. That's pretty great. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for anybody else to validate my AI presentation. It's helping me move my creativity along. Sometimes it presents something that I would have never thought about based on things that I've done prior myself as a creative, where it'll pull different chords that I've used on different songs or different melodic ideas or structures or phrasing concepts that I have allowed this thing to ingest. So when I use it, it's to benefit my creativity, not to put it out there so that people will go, oh, you're fucking brilliant. But that's the illusion. The first illusion, again, is the fact that you think it's fucking amazing because it's been built on hits. So it's just going to pummel you with the quality of hits. And then the second illusion is thinking that you're fucking brilliant because you're using it. Again, I'll say it. Nobody's going to be listening to your AI music thinking you're brilliant. Because if you were truly brilliant, you would find a way to put yourself back into it. There are so many ways. You can stem it out. You can sing over it. If you can't sing it, find a singer that can really do it. Because it's still not capturing who you are. You're still not delivering any bit of yourself that has any staying power. You know, if you want to be creative and you want to be an artist and you want to have a fulfilling life in this, nobody's stopping you. And nobody's saying that you have to have 10 years behind you to do it. You can start right now. You can do it right now. Pick up a guitar. Sing something into your phone. And throw it into Suno. Throw it into Udio. See what happens. And whatever comes out, it might spark something. It might push you forward. But don't get caught in the trap that you rely on it for absolutely everything. And this becomes your little temple of creativity that you start pushing and trying to sell people on that it is you. It is not you. You might have inspired something. You might have populated the little space there. But people do not buy art because they're in love with the art. People buy art because they're in love with the artist. They connect with the artist. If there's nothing to connect to, what is there to love? You see where I'm coming from? People don't buy art, they buy the artist. This is not just something I'm making up. This has been said for decades. And it's the truth. Centuries even. People buy the artist. That's the connection. So if there's nothing behind it, there's nothing for them to buy, there's nothing for them to connect to, it's just going to go away. And this is what's going to happen with AI music. For the majority, people are still interested in what you have to say. They're still interested in how you sing, how you draw, how you write, whatever you are using AI to reinforce that is your art. People still need you. This is why I'm not scared of AI. I think it's fucking brilliant. I absolutely love it. When I'm sitting around, whether I'm at the doctor's office with my kids or sitting getting my oil changed, I'll take an idea and I'll just throw it into Suno just to see what it sounds like. And I'll get pissed off because it didn't cop the right chords and it didn't add the sus or the 9 or the 13 or it fucked with my phrasing or didn't get the lyrics right. But then there are the parts where I go, never thought about playing that drum part. Never thought about using a synth bass. That's an interesting twist when it goes to the bridge. Never thought of that. And then I can take and just pull it apart. And then I can come back here and sit at the piano and go, so this was that bridge, this was that change. Oh, now I can make it mine because now I know what I want to do with the melody over the top of that. So when you use AI as a tool, it can really reinforce what you do and expedite some of the dredge of technology, of weeks of work that it takes me as a single individual in my studio to get to a point where I'm really pretty much fleshed it out and happy with it. I can make a record in a day if I have a concept. If I have the whole thing in my head and I can hear it, I can knock it out. I've done it for decades. But when it comes to my own works, my own art, I do take time. I let things simmer. I chew on it. I digest it. I shit it out. I don't eat it again. No. But I find a way to consume a different version of it and go through the whole process again. Sorry for that. But this is what creativity is. But it's up to you to change the mechanism. It's just like the old school projectors. You know, if you want to watch a movie, you got to film the movie first. If you want to make a movie, you got to film it. And then to project it, you've got to get the film done. And you got to take the old film off, the old film you've been playing, and you got to put the new film on. And you sit back and you watch it, right? It may or may not be done. And then you get to go back and do it again. Just because you have something that is finished in a form that you can hold doesn't mean that it's always done. So this is where AI is just flawed, because it doesn't remember what it last did. You do. It never, ever takes what it just did and builds upon it. It starts over every time. From ground zero. No data. Nothing. No memory. This is why it's so important to be a creative. To be somebody that actually makes something from nothing. Because you can at least follow that. You can follow through. You can capture the inspiration in the form of emotion, with intention of creating a human emotional experience. AI cannot do this. Only a real person can. But you've got to be a badass. You have got to be a motherfucker at what you do. That's the biggest point of all of this. If you are making music and AI is spitting it out better than you, well, now it's time to bust some ass and be better than that. This is where you have to up your game, because the real producers, they're not worried about what AI is spitting out. I can tell you, it's two-dimensional, it's flat, sonically it sucks, it has the idea that it sounds great. They've figured out what frequencies are there to tweak the ear and punch you in the chest, but that's about it. It's soulless. It's empty. There's nothing fortifying. It's just a big bowl of sugar and fiber. That's it. There's no flavor. You think there's flavor. It's just a chicken McNugget made out of yoga mat. So with that, I'm going to go and go be creative like I've been doing all day. I just changed heads on my drums. Very excited about the way they sound. And maybe I'll show you that sometime and play some things that I'm working on, which is primarily the inspiration of me getting back onto this channel and pushing some things forward. But it's just also to get you out of this fucking mental block, this cage that I see so many of my friends going into. Should I keep being creative? Does it make any sense? Should I keep making records? Should I keep writing? Of course you should keep fucking writing and making records, because that's what you do. Whether there's AI or not, that's what you do. That's your purpose. So just do that. And stop worrying about everything else. Because fucking worry about the world exploding, or us being blown up, or somebody fucking pulling you out of your car and putting you in a cage, for fuck's sake. There's enough madness going on. Focus on being creative. Focus on your families. Focus on the people that love you. And you'll be really happy. So, take that with you. I will see you when I see you again, but keep being creative. That's all I can say. Just fucking pedal the metal, man. Go for it.